Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about TikTok again. I know, is this a TikTok channel? At this point, I'm too afraid to know the answer, so we're just gonna move right on from that question. Anyway, so I was alerted by one of you guys on Twitter. You can always tweet me if you have a topic that you're interested in. It's typically better to tweet me than DMs because I don't check my DMs all that often. So I was alerted by one of you guys to this TikTok account that is really questionable in its material. I'd say that it should be more on the Pornhub side than on the TikTok side. And I mean, people are free to post whatever they want on TikTok as long as they follow the community guidelines, which I don't know if this is doing. I'm not super familiar with the community guidelines. Plus, it seems like the community guidelines are a little wishy-washy. I see things being taken down that have no reason to be taken down, whereas I see things that should never see the light of day just being on my For You page for no apparent reason. Also, I mentioned Pornhub. Don't be afraid, I'm not gonna show you anything visually explicit. So the account is called They Call Me Lola Cheeks, and it has 143.7 thousand followers with 3.4 million likes. So it is a popular account. A lot of the videos have over 100,000 views. Some of them have in the millions. In the description it says, just having fun making silly TikToks. Initially, I just thought these TikToks were, in my opinion, just overtly sexual. Now, what I mean by that, I can show you some, but they were just kind of like, when he thinks you're a MILF, or you know, when you sleep with an 18-year-old, because this person, I don't want to guess their age or age shame anyone, but this person looks like they could be in their 30s or late 30s. Hard to judge, but definitely not an 18-year-old or a teenager, just to be clear. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting that is because there is a very strong obsession with younger men, and there's an obsession with being a MILF, which is why I bring up the age. Now, obviously, you could be a young MILF, but I'm just saying she's like the typical MILF that you might imagine. The thing is, she doesn't have a kid, or at least according to a caption under one of her videos, she doesn't have a kid or a stepson, because she does mention a stepson, and you'll see. So as much as this is mentally troubling, hopefully it's not a reflection of reality. I'm just gonna show you a couple. Obviously, I have to take off the sound and then we'll discuss. So this is one of the TikToks that I think is kind of representative of her brand, in the sense of there is very much this focus of young men, or being, I don't know if this is the right term, but a cougar, like a woman who is into younger men, which I don't have a problem with as long as obviously the younger men are of consenting age, duh. I don't have an inherent problem with it. Do I think it can be predatory, much like much older men with much younger women? Yes, I do think it can be predatory. I do think that age gap relationships can work, of course, but I do think that there has to be a maturity level, and there are a lot of parameters that make it work. But there are some TikToks that become really kind of concerning, in my opinion. This TikTok that I'm about to show you is probably one of the ones that I find creepiest. Listen, we don't know how old this fictitious son would be. This fictitious son could very well be 18 or 25 or whatever, but the premise is creepy just because it's predatory, A, and B, I feel like there's this kind of generalized rule that mothers shouldn't hit on your friends. I feel like that's just a rule of life that doesn't really need to be explained ad infinitum. I feel like it's just very much a rule that mothers should be there for their sons and friends as a motherly figure, and not there to flirt with their sons' friends. Aside from the fact that this is fictitious, I feel like it would be incredibly awkward, predatory in nature most likely, but also why does it have to be your son's friend? If you like 18-year-olds, if you like 20-year-olds, why would they have to be in some way related to your son? You can't go to a bar, you can't go on Tinder. Like, I find that strange too, but okay. When I said what in the Pornhub, this is kind of what I was referring to. I did a lot of research in terms of Pornhub and trafficking because that is something that is worth discussing, and I will hopefully discuss it at some point. It's just a very heavy topic. I remember finding a list of like the top categories of what people look up on Pornhub or like general porn websites, and the stepfather, stepdaughter, stepson, stepmom, stepson, MILF, those are all very popular categories. Now that's why I referred to Pornhub, because this seems like it would be the beginning of one of those videos, just based on the premise of this TikTok. Just watch. I don't know if we all got the same implication from that, but tries to blackmail you to me is a sexualized thing of like, oh, I caught you cheating, now you have to do so and so with me, or something like that. The only reason I say it, that's my first thought, is because this entire page is sexualized, so it would just make sense that the theme of sexualization of younger men, the kind of weird glorification or just like undermining of cheating, all of these things put together make me think that it's a sexual theme again. I don't know. For me, TikTok, that's not the place where should be posted, but then again, here we are. We return to the stepmom theme. Now again, like I said, the Pornhub thing, the stepmom MILF category is one of the most profitable apparently. This TikTok refers exactly to what I was saying. I don't even think it's much of an implication as much as like a direct message here, is that she's saying she is one of those stepmoms, aka the stepmoms that have sex with their stepchildren or mess around with them in some way, do sexual things with them, just the type of stepmom that is not really the nurturing mother you'd want her to be, but is more like a sexual object or a sexual predator in some cases. I don't know how TikTok takes down like stupid videos of animals. I've seen that happen, but then this is just like completely fine. And it's just weird to me because it seems like there's this fetishizing of this stepmother, stepson kind of roles. But aside from that, there's also the kind of fetish of younger men, which, like I said, doesn't necessarily mean, you know, like underage, we don't know. But also just the thing about the son's friends being sexualized as well. I don't know, it makes me very uncomfortable. So this one is probably one of the most tame ones. I mean, at least it's visiting her son in college, so we know that these are all people of legal age. But again, the fixation of wanting to hook up with, flirt with, have some kind of weird relationship with your son's friends is weird to me, especially if you're on a college campus. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of other 20-year-old whatever men that you can do your weird shit with. That's the most tame, but I do think it's still very telling that there's this need for validation, it seems like, from younger people, which I'm not going to psychoanalyze, I'm just saying that's what it looks like. Last of all, we have this one. The grammar here is a little weird because it says, "Can I be friends with your son?" She says, "when he likes older women." So I'm assuming that the person who wants to be friends with the son has to like older women. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the implication I'm getting, since she's so obsessed with flirting with, doing God knows what with her stepson's friends. I frankly find this really creepy and weird, and like I said, it if it is a fetish that she is, or just an inclination that she's into younger men, I don't know if TikTok is the place to be posting about your fetishes. I don't know where you would be in this type of video format. I don't know, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. The good thing here is that it never indicates that the inclination is towards underage. It's always like 18 or college, still young men, but at least we know, hopefully, that it's not something even more grim. But it does really make me ask a lot of questions about like, who is this content for, and like, what are you trying to get out of it? I'm just happy she doesn't have any children, which, I mean, as far as we know, as far as she's said. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.